Our project proposal would be to implement heat paper printers here at SCU. So our critical customer would be the students and faculty. In general, students and faculty want to make this campus as sustainable as possible. Heat paper printers would reduce the amount of ink needed, specifically black ink, which is a known carcinogen, and the amount of ink cartridges produced, which are made of plastic. So as a result of heat paper printers being implemented here, students will also not have to pay for the amount of ink that SCU buys yearly, which is a generous amount.
Given that our critical customer right now is Santa Clara, and that's where we would like to start, mainly focusing on the students and the faculty, providing them with much more environmental use of printer and paper. Later on, looking into the future, we would like to venture out and do business with some big corporation companies that produce newspapers or even magazines. Given that we have this product, we aim to make our society a lot more greener within itself, cutting down costs, unnecessary costs of buying ink and wasting paper. In our eyes, the problem was that the students also have to pay additional money for the cost of printer paper, and because the school constantly has to supply ink, which is not a which is not a cheap product to buy, we aim to cut that out of the circulation and provide that extra money that students have to pay, which is around $50 a quarter, I believe, for better uses for students. For example, getting more food or more supplies for their dorm. Within itself, our project is beneficial from several terms, but the ones we focus on mainly is safer environment by not causing harm with those chemicals that are used in ink, and also saving students money, which can be later used to buy books or anything they would desire. Overall, our biggest goal is to incorporate this product into everyone's everyday life. Thus, they will be the environment will not be harmed as much by the use of ink and the printers we have today. It is not such a big switch in our eyes, and we think that this could be easily done. We want a better and safer environment for everyone around us, and that's why we think this is one of the key small things that can be implemented any day, and it's simple enough that people don't have to change their daily or life routine and can just accept the change and go on, and they will see that the only thing that will change is the material, the paper they're using, which is not a lot. It's not going to cost human beings anything. Even though it's going to cost less, it's not going to cost anything drastic in their life in terms of change to switch to a heat paper printer.
Looking at our current printers, the most common way that students at Santa Clara print their documents is through the network of SmartPrint printers scattered throughout campus. There are 5 colored printers and 10 black and white printers in the library, along with 12 black and white printers that are placed in the dorms. With a total of 2,146,576 pages printed in 2018, it's clear to see that students highly rely on printing materials through this network. To print these pages, we used 52 black and white cartridges and 69 various color cartridges. Of the 27 total combined printers in the SmartPrint system, replacing our printers would eliminate our ink waste, and students would be more confident that they are printing in a more sustainable way. These statistics were provided by Willis Dyer, who manages the SmartPrint printers on campus. Further, Willis would play a major role in helping us to implement these heat printers at Santa Clara.
We propose to replace the majority of regular printers with heat printers. Our product would not only decrease the cost of printer supplies, but the replacement of heat printers would be environmentally sustainable. The cost of printer supplies would decrease because ink is a variable cost while a heat printer is a fixed cost. Thus, at some time, the heat printer will pay itself off comparatively. Additionally, the heat printer is sustainable because it doesn't require the manufacturing of ink, which produces toxic chemicals during fabrication and recycling or rotting in a landfill. The heat printer would function identical to a receipt machine with the exception that it would print 8.5 by 11-inch paper. Akin to a receipt machine or laser cutter, the heat printer would burn the surface of the heat paper in the desired pattern specified by the file.
In conclusion, the impact and value added by switching from laser ink printers to heat printers would result in students saving their own money, less ink being used on campus, the elimination of demand of ink, and promoting a cleaner society. We hope by switching from laser printers to heat printers that Santa Clara will take another step in becoming a more sustainable campus.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see.